So, that's a really great question. How do we set up mental coaching in our minds? And I'm just going to give you a couple of tips if that's okay. So, I want to relate back to when I first learned to golf. And I know it sounds crazy, but I learned to golf as an adult. My husband loves golf. I like the walk. And so I was learning how to golf, and I used to tell people, I have the perfect form, the perfect swing. Right till you put that little white ball down in front, and then all bets are off. It kind of gets in the way. And the first hole was always my toughest hole. So when you walk out to that first hole, and all of the patrons at the golf course are on the lounge railing, leaning over, watching you swing. This is the pressure that often competitive athletes feel, that everyone is watching. Everything rides on this moment. And if I allowed my emotions to kick in and thought about them leaning on the railing, judging me, then my ability to hit that ball was typically compromised. I'd duff it, I'd hit the dirt, it would just punch it off the tee, and it would dribble down. And so I had to learn to talk to myself differently. Now when I walk up, and do you ever notice when you're on the golf course, people always want to give you great advice? Here's what I want you to do. Keep it simple. So I walk up to the hole, I take that club, I measure it out, and then I go nice, slow, steady swing. Because golf is not about strength, it's about technique. And when I allow myself to be calm before I begin, my swing is better. And the way that we control our emotions is so important, because the difference between an elite athlete and an amateur is the ability to hit that ball the same way consistently when the pressure is on. And I think that that's absolutely true whether you're a gymnast on the bars or on a floor routine, if you are a sprinter, if you are a marathon runner, if you are an individual who's doing Muay Thai or kickboxing, anything that requires you to be very centered, then mental coaching has a really great opportunity for you. So one way of doing that is to learn how to talk to yourself in very specific, directive ways. Tell yourself what you want, not what you don't want. And don't get so complicated about these things. We really want to walk ourselves through. When I'm working with athletes in my office, I'll have them sit in the chair, relax, and recall a memory of them nailing their performance. How they felt so great, a skater skating out to center ice, and it's just absolutely in the zone. And I have them remember it in their mind, because remember, our brains don't know the difference between fantasy and reality. And if I've done it before, I can recall the memory. It's accessible to me. Once I have them recall the memory, I'll ask questions and get them to just embody the way they felt, the experience of the moment, the way they slowed time down or sped their responses up. To be so controlled that for a law enforcement officer, their firearms qualifications are more succinct. They have that ability to blow the air out and be steady, calm, and ready. Now, of course, you can do all of these things for yourself, but just like a massage, it's just a little easier when the expert crafts it for you.